Tomorrow. He practiced in full today, but now we'll have to see how he responds, how he feels. But he looked good today. It was nice having him on the court.
What were some of the things that you were looking for from him that told you he was ready to go?
Well, just to see how he was moving. When it was we had competitive drills going on, if he was favoring it at all, and he didn't seem to be. He seemed to really, be able to get where he wanted to. Pull up. He shot some pull up mid-range jumpers. He got to the rim. He made some passes. So he looked good today. But it's all about how he recovers and feels when he gets up tomorrow.
The big thing for you is pace, and when Lonzo's playing, the pace is definitely quicker. Did he show that side of the game the last couple of days?
Yes, he did. Today's practice with a back-to-back coming up was a lot of half-court stuff, and we've been focusing about 90% of practice on defense again. So we didn't do a ton of up and down pace type of drills. But he had the one full court drill we did today. He had it. One, he got a ball out of bounds, threw it up to Brooke, who had already sealed his man. So those type of passes that get us up the court quickly, it was nice to see that again.
When you lose two rotational players from a trade, did you see it affect the defensive side of the ball more than anything those last few games?
Yeah, well, those groups that they get used to playing with each other, Larry and JC obviously being a big part of what we did. It takes time to readjust to the new lineups, who's playing with who. You get new guys in, teaching coverages, things like that. So it definitely affects the rhythm you're playing with. But that's part of the NBA, and you would adjust, adapt, work, and get back to it.
As a former player and now a coach, you're trying to get that competitive edge back for these guys. What's it like after the All-Star break? Is it a challenge, or are they ready?
They will be ready. It's been a little sloppy, but we're like I've said all year, they're a great group to coach, and they don't mind working hard. We've really been pushing them to get that edge back, to mainly to start playing better defense again, and they'll be ready.
Isaiah told us before the break he was going to spend most of the break in the gym. Did you see a difference from him?
He looked great. He looked really good. His team in practice has done a nice job of winning the drills since the break.
So Lonzo said before the break that he was playing tomorrow. Did something change?
Lonzo wants to play tomorrow, as he should want to play. But if it's our medical staff's job to tell him if he can play or not. At the end of the day, it'll be up to them to clear him or not. But as a player, you should always want to play.
Did he? Has he had continued soreness through the break? And I know there were a couple of days off, and then kind of as he's gotten back in the gym, has he still felt kind of the soreness and or pain?
Yeah, there's some soreness, but it hasn't stopped him from being able to do anything. But we went pretty hard again today, so it's one of those things we got to see how he feels once he cools down, once he gets his treatment, sleeps on it, wakes up tomorrow.
What did you guys do yesterday?
What did we do yesterday? In
here?
Yeah. We did a lot of running.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to. We got to get you got to get All-Star break out of you. So yesterday was more about running and just kind of getting our win back, and today was more technical, getting back to the structure and the details of what we want to do, mainly defensively.
Luke, a year ago, after the All-Star break, a lot of the focus was on developing the young guys. A year later, where are you with that? What's the goal of the last 25 for you?
It's to defensively get back to where we were. We want to be a top 10 defensive team for these last 25 games. We want to continue to play at the pace that we've done. I think going in the break we were number one in pace still. Want to continue to develop our young players. They need to keep playing. They need to keep getting reps. They need to keep finishing, learning how to win games. So there's a lot of little goals we have that we talk about, but the main ones are our defense, our pace offensively, and then continuing to give some of these young guys opportunities to grow, knowing that we're really going to need them in the future.
When you got back from your time off and you started sort of looking over what had been happening lately, are there any common themes you saw in what's been breaking down with the defense?
It unfortunately, from what I saw, had a lot to do. I think we gave into fatigue. Honestly, it's we had won a bunch in a row. We were in the Dallas game, but we were scoring, just kind of matching buckets to buckets with them. And I think when we lost that, it kind of just we gave into that physical and mental fatigue that comes with that time of the season. That with the winning we had been doing before that, we were still really enjoying that feeling. And unfortunately, it happens to a lot of teams, and I think that's what happened to us. So I expect us to be much better now that the break is behind us.
What do you want, Lonzo?
When you talk about when you talk about guys getting younger players getting time for more development, things like that, does that come at the expense perhaps of some of the other guys, more veteran guys who may or may not be around?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it's the younger players deserve it by the way they're playing, and then that doesn't come at the expense because they're earning that. Sometimes we need our young guys to fight through a bad game, or sometimes we need them to be out there and feel and get that experience of closing out a game that, yes, some veterans are more equipped to do right now. But that's all kind of a feel thing and a judgment call by me during the game on what I feel is most important at that time.
What has your message to Lonzo been about taking advantage of having Isaiah around for the final third of the season, and what do you want him to learn from him?
Well, Isaiah's, he really knows how to control a game from the point guard position, and that's something that I think naturally comes to Zoe, but it's a lot different at this level than where he's played before. And I think just by being around him and picking his brain about what to look for and picking roles and what to look for when he's getting downhill and all these type of things, how to talk to your players as from the point guard position. You're kind of the coach and the leader from the court are all things that I think being around Isaiah will really help Zoe with.
How do you want him to spend his time? Like they're together now. I mean, do you want him to spend time together?
I do, but I don't mandate. I don't tell Isaiah and so you guys have to go shoot at the same basket together. They're
in the same cabin.
Yeah, no, they're not. They got their own rooms still on the road, and whether they go to dinner or not together is going to be up to them. So it's hopefully that it's a bond that they build from playing the same position, and Zoe can learn from it.
Does it matter? How much does it matter if they don't play the same way? I mean, they're very different types of point guards. Is that helpful or less helpful?
Well, there's pros and cons with it, right? It's some of the pros are that you get to see how the point, because Isaiah plays the point guard very effectively, his way of playing it, and he can pick his brain and see what that's like, pick and choose things that he wants to add to his game, and then obviously if it were a player that played it the same way as Zoe, he'd be able to ask some questions about how he plays it. But there's always stuff to learn, from no matter if they play the position the same way or not.